I did press record, so we're recording now. Hello. Hello, David. What's going on with your glasses?
I don't know. My eyes are strainy today.
Why are
for some
your eyes
reason.
strainy, David?
I don't know.
Why not?
I just.
You've got claws as well.
What do you mean I've got claws?
On your eyes.
What does that mean?
I think it's because, well, you're getting old and you've been working hard. What have you been up to lately?
Working like an absolute dog.
9 to 5 just to make a living?
What? Somewhat 9 in the morning till 5 the next morning.
No, 9.
It's been a lot of hours. Too many hours. But it's just the way it is. We're in. At the moment, we're in the beginning of September, aren't we? You're right. Are you?
Yeah, I'm just zoning out because you're just talking.
Well, you've asked me a question. I answer. That's how it works.
Yeah, I just want to
Eyes
know.
are draining.
Oh,
but that's not good like that.
Why not?
So yeah, just been working
Hard.
shitloads. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely shitloads.
but you love it.
But oh yeah, no, I do. I wouldn't
Have it any other way.
I wouldn't.
No.
No, I genuinely wouldn't.
Are we gonna do? Shall I do this today? Shall I just finish your sentences?
Like
for
you always do.
It'll help you.
So
Mhm.
today, hello viewers.
Oh, yeah, hello,
Hello Stephen. Hello Nelly
David.
with a juicy trunk. Oh, but what are we covering today, Stephen? This is quite a subject that's I haven't had an experience of.
Well, yeah. You need to explain what that is now.
So we're talking about.
No, what you just did.
Oh, so is that? Oh, for fuck's sake! So when we went to Benidorm, I spent the whole time, most of the time, drinking or going because if anybody's seen the Fast Show from the 90s, which you haven't,
no,
because you obviously
like
didn't
10.
understand like real comedy.
No, because I was born in 85, so I would have been like 5.
No, that was 90. So
Yeah.
90s.
Okay.
So you'd have been a solid 10.
Yeah. Thank
just
you.
so you like a solid 10.
10 inches, baby.
And they had a newsreader on there, I think it was, from like a Spanish newsreader skit they did. And he would like go, and here in Spain, I'm just going to try the accent just off the cuff. And here in Spain, they had the weather's very good, and and he would do that.
And you were doing it all the time, to be
yeah.
fair, like in the fucking taxi.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sat up fucking riding shotgun, like with a taxi driver, and you're literally in the back going, like whilst the geezer's trying to talk. So, you know,
it's incredibly
Spanish accent is beautiful, by the way.
Yeah, it's incredibly childish. I feel so tired now. I've sat down.
Yeah, you will do.
I feel really, really tired. Anyway, so today's episode.
Yeah, go on.
Quite a serious episode.
We're talking about because I've you know.
Yeah, no, I thought you wanted me to explain it again.
Oh yeah, go on then. Yeah.
No.
What I asked you to explain was why you were going to.
Go on, you carry on. Go on, please.
Well, coming off. Oh, it's Farley. All right, Farley. Farley and Dan. Where are you going, Farley? Yeah. Yeah.
She's not going to the gym, by the way.
She is going to the
eat
gym.
Cake.
She fucking wishes.
Going to eat cake after the gym.
To be fair, you can eat cake at the gym.
You do all the time.
Yeah.
I'd imagine if you're on a treadmill, sort of
nice kebab.
You're in a sub roll.
Yeah.
I'd imagine to get you going on the treadmill, it's like the carrot and the donkey. I'd imagine they hold like a huge cake.
Donkeys like carrots.
And the cream cake just smashes you in the nose. Anyway, go on.
Yeah.
Today's
so
episode,
obviously,
we're just rambling.
I've been on. I think I mentioned this before. No. I've been on meds now for my head for about 20 years, and over the last 6 to 12 months. Well, about 12 months ago, I decided that in order to kind of progress with my therapy and development in life, I basically needed. I thought you wanted me to explain.
Bye, boys.
Bye. See you later, Files. I basically, so obviously go therapy and got to the stage because they make you quite numb. Anyone that's been on antidepressants, the way they work is by effectively making you numb. So you can't I'm not talking about fucking, getting a gammy leg and having a numb leg.
No.
Mentally, they suppress your emotions to a degree.
My dad says that. My mum says that about my dad. He's got like no emotions.
Yeah, so you don't really kind of you're not really kind of overly happy, overly sad. You're just kind of like okay. And of course, if you're super depressed, that's cool, really. But
yeah, if it helps,
well, it does because it kind of nullifies. It nullifies. So you don't feel as depressed anymore. And ultimately, I got to a stage a year ago where I didn't feel like I would be. I could progress really with my therapy and my kind of getting over my trauma and everything like that without being able to feel those emotions because I speak with my therapist a lot about it, and I used to say things like I don't hate my dad for abusing me, stuff like that. I don't hate him, and I think just weird little things, almost. I think at one stage I said to my therapist that I'm thankful, you're
Jesus Christ, smells like he's been eating shit. That's disgusting, Bogdan.
I thought I was quite thankful that I was abused as a kid, because when I look back, it's like it's made me who I am today, So anyway, long story short, went to the doctors, said, look, I'd really like to come off them. Now, again, anyone that knows, you can't just come off them.
No. So what were you on? Just actually, what was the name of them?
My one's called. So there's a brand called citalopram, and my one's got ES or EC at the front, so it's like ES citalopram. It's basically the same tablet, but like a different strain. Almost, yeah.
So was it a high dose?
This is max dose on that. I was on max dose, and it literally one a day for like 20 years. Yeah, 20 years, and they work. But
so, do you mind? Sorry, I know I'm interrupting. I'm trying to paint a picture for myself. How did you feel? So what took you? Obviously, I know we discussed it, me and you, in private at length with stuff and on here. But what is it that got you to that point? How are you feeling before you got on the tablets?
I'd be like really. Well, I made a lot of bad decisions. I'd be very emotional. My decisions would be emotionally led.
Yeah.
And just unhappy with life, basically. It's not dealing with your trauma. So you're allowing your trauma to direct you.
Yeah.
Direct the way you go. And I many bad decisions. I mean, when I think back, which I just met Ria. It was just lots of shit going on.
Many bad decisions. I just met Ria.
No, I didn't mean it like that. You know what I mean? Sorry, Ria.
Sorry, Derek.
And it was a joint discussion. We went to doctors, and I didn't go straight on to escitalopram. I went on to citalopram first, which I think is the drug of choice for when you go to a doctor, but just didn't agree with me. I got it made me like there was super yawning all the time, which is one of the side effects. Like you're just like constantly tired, which is obviously quite stressful as well.
Yeah.
So switched it up. But they take anywhere between kind of 5 to 6 weeks to work. Anyone knows you have to build up and I don't know if you want me to go into like effect. Most antidepressants work by increasing the amount of serotonin that's in your brain. And serotonin is, and I'm not a fucking doctor, obviously, but the fluid in your brain that I think helps to create that's mood and emotion and everything like that. And it increases it. So basically, the depression is where you haven't got enough. Because I don't know why. Maybe someone can tell me. And it basically, I believe, it increases it, the amount of serotonin you've got, and that's how they work basically. But of course, it takes time for it to build up for your body to react to it.
So when you went to the doctor, it's like, oh, I'm feeling I'm feeling X, Y, and Z. Oh, so was there any more discussion other than like?
Oh God, absolutely. So
you explain you've been to therapist asking questions? Because when I went, it's probably 20. It's a solid 20 years ago, and good 20 years ago, if not 22, 25
what
years
were you
ago.
like 30, 35, 40? Then you would have been.
No, I'm
you?
44 at the time.
Oh.
Now. Oh no, 50. If anybody's watched the previous podcast, because I'm nearly 45, I'm actually 50.
No, so you've just made yourself look like a dick.
Oh really?
Yeah, because we need to go back over.
No, we don't, because it bores the
when
fucking
you get to
tits off
when
me
you're
and
rounding,
bollocks.
when you're rounding,
cover your ears,
and you get to 5, you round up. So you can't be nearly 44 and then round up, you dickhead. Anyway, what were you asking me? Yeah, so
when I went to the doctor, he was like, I said, "Yeah, I'm just feel really shit." Okay, why is that? Oh, I don't really know. I had a car accident, or whatever it was. Oh, put you on these tablets, and that was the conversation.
Yeah,
and I took them. In my head, it's a week, but it was a bit longer than a week, and I just felt fucking weird. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'm not fucking taking these, and came off them and didn't really deal with it properly, and sort of processed it sort of many years later.
Yeah, and you can do that. It's like lost luggage, isn't it? You know,
yeah.
you kind of put it and you go, right, I'm going to leave that there, but at some point you've got to go back and pick it up.
Spinning around. I said, I like that.
Good analogy. You know, I love
lost luggage.
Yeah. You know when you check luggage in, and
I know what lost fucking luggage is, you bellend.
Yeah.
I'm saying it out loud.
It's not really lost luggage; it's left luggage, isn't it?
No, I like that because it's lost. Yeah, no, it's good, isn't it, Bogdan? That is.
No, to be fair, I had a doctor called Dr. Chan. Really, really nice guy. What?
Why are you laughing?
I don't know. He's from Russia. No, who wasn't?
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. Really, such a nice guy. And the NHS have pretty much got like a form. It's a depression kind of questionnaire.
Yeah.
That you fill out. You know, how often do you feel like you're going to do this? You do that.
So it used to be back when obviously don't know if it's the same now. No,
I think it is.
It must be a similar sort of thing.
And I also he prescribed that alongside CBT, cognitive behavioural therapy.
That's helped me.
NHS.
Many times I've done that.
Didn't feel like it helped me.
Well, you've got a shitload to unpack.
It just wasn't, and this is not against the NHS because I know resources are not finite. Are not finite or are finite?
Are finite.
Are finite. And you get 10 sessions. They're 45 minutes each.
Craig was saying he got 6.
Yeah, well, again, that depends.
Jesus, I'm sure it was 6, wasn't it? It was just nothing.
Yeah, it's not a lot at all.
Fucking fall out of the system and you're gone.
And you don't have enough, because you spend the first, you've got to get to know the person.
Yeah.
Then you've got to kind of explain everything.
You might not even be the therapist for you. So I've had one that I didn't really get on with particularly. I didn't feel like there was any. I need to feel connection with someone.
100%. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, 100%. And so I kind of just been on them forever then. And so I said to the doc that I want to come off them. And it was a really good conversation because they did check with me. They were like, obviously, I'm not talking verbatim. They were like, you're not fixed yet. Kind of. They didn't say that.
No, I know.
And I explained why. I said, this is why. Because how can I deal with my trauma if I can't feel the emotion of that trauma?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's suppressing all of that emotion. I need it out.
It's like having an open wound.
Yeah.
And just putting like a plaster over it, and actually underneath it's not healing. It's all
fucking pussy.
It's minging. And you're like, you think, I'll be fine. Just keep that plaster on.
And someone says to you, put some cream on it.
Yeah.
But put some cream on it, but don't take the plaster off.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, it's going to get all gammy.
Yeah. So, and they said you've got to taper off them, basically. And it annoyed me because I'm quite an impatient person. Like, if I get an idea or I get a...
You're like, now.
I want it now.
Yeah.
I hate fucking waiting for things because it really annoys me. So I was expecting them to go, yeah, cool, no worries, you're off.
You didn't really, though, did you?
But
no.
I didn't.
You were hoping you're an exception to the rule.
No, I thought maybe they were going to say a couple of weeks, Anyway, it turns out I had to go. So I was on 20 milligrams. I had to go 15, 10, 5, and each one needed to be at least a month to 6 weeks. So that's a long time, and it was difficult.
So you're on 20 milligrams.
Yeah.
Went down to 15. Did you feel? Can you look?
No, I didn't feel anything. Didn't feel anything at all whilst I was coming down.
Oh, okay. So this is what I was going to get through. So 15 to 20.
No.
So you didn't have any side effects at all. There was no difference. And then 15 to 10.
Yeah. No.
It was like you still had that numb feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. None at all.
And
Weird.
then 10 to 5.
None. Yeah. I'm drunk.
No, I know, but I'm fascinated. I'm trying to really get down into like the real nitty gritty of it because I've never been on. That's the instant shit.
Just a little bit of unstirred shit at the bottom of my mouth.
And I think and we spoke, and when you said, because I knew you were coming off them.
Oh yeah.
And we spoke. Don't be a prick. And we spoke. Oh God, what, 3 weeks ago? No, less than 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
And you'd just come down from 5 to 0.
Yeah.
And I said, mate, sure, it'd be a good pod actually, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like tongue in cheek, but
it is
like
good.
meaning it. And actually, you went, yeah, I'm up for it. A couple of days later, the next day, or 2 days later, you said, do you know, I said I was, but I didn't think it would be a particularly good idea at the time. Actually,
No. Yeah. No, well, I didn't, but. Do you know what? Like, it's been fucking tough. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat it.
Okay, so come on, let's go. So you've gone.
Yeah.
So when did you go from 0 to 5?
5 to 0.
Sorry, 5 to 0. When was that? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it must be about 2 weeks ago. So
maybe not even that.
Now, bear in mind, there have been times in the last 20 years where I've forgotten to take it for whatever reason.
Yeah, but it's a day or two.
It's a day or two max. The great thing about it is that your body reminds you that you need to take it because you start getting side effects, right?
So in the past, when you've forgotten to take it for a day, how are you feeling? Or a day or two?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Oh, fine. Like, it's not the like mental impacts are not that quick.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the withdrawal effects that start, I would say, within 24 hours of not having them.
Go on, hit me with it. So what happened? So 2 weeks ago, you're like...
The main thing that
take it in the morning.
Yeah.
Usually took it in the morning, and then the next morning you didn't take it.
Yeah, and
like
I felt all right.
You felt all right?
All right, because it's just like, nothing. The next day I started to get side effects that I remember. Well, for not having, from not having it. And that's just little brain zaps. And it's really difficult.
48 hours later, this is...
Yeah, really difficult to explain. But basically, you can hear your brain, right? You can hear your brain. You can hear your eyes moving. It's like...
Shit.
Right? You can hear your brain. There's a constant, like that in your, like, kind of... I don't know, it's different. It's not really a sound. It's more like a... Like, it's weird.
So after 48 hours, you started having
these little things. And you also feel... like a jolt go across your head in different directions.
You said you felt like electrical pulses.
Yeah, it's like a jolt. And it's quite off-putting. And I think... I don't know how to explain it to people. So, sometimes you can be ill, but you kind of get on with it.
Mm.
And then at some point you're like, oh, fuck's sake, I'm bored of this now. It wears you down a little bit. I don't know. I'm trying to think of it, like if you have a headache or hiccups are a classic.
Yeah.
Hiccups, like fucking, I'm not saying hiccups are the same as mental health, obviously.
No.
But hiccups, you're like, oh, I've got hiccups. Like, if you still got them 3 hours later, you're like, oh my God, please, will you fuck off? Like, and it starts to weigh. So, I started to have those, and obviously they were constant, and they are they're quite off-putting. None of it's debilitating.
No. So were you tempted to take it again?
Not at that point.
So not after 48 hours?
No. I then started to get some other symptoms which are quite common, which is like flu-like symptoms. So, like feeling hot, but being cold. The shivers, that kind of thing.
That's literally like DTs.
Yeah. So
like clucking.
Clucking.
Isn't that when the people come off heroin or crack, they cluck? Probably made that up, sorry.
And they were the two main things. And then which is obviously, so I was feeling off. Do you know what I mean? And the biggest thing has been the kind of, as I say, the hear in my eyes and hear in my brain.
I saw you after about, I don't know, 3 days. You stopped, and you fucking didn't look right at all.
No, because I was exhausted. Like
Yeah. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you stick for that.
No,
It's
no,
like
I
you're trying
know.
to defend yourself. No, you didn't look right in your eyes. Your eyes were dark. Your behaviour was
because basically I was
not
exhausted.
erratic, but it wasn't you.
It's like that. It's like, because it's nothing you can see. If I had a broken arm or I was on crutches, you can kind of be like, fucking hell, you dick. Like, but it's a constant fucking like, like even now I can hear it. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's there. It's like constant, like when I move my eyes, just like. The old blackboards at school.
Yeah. Oh.
It's like that, but like when you move your eyes, it's very similar to vertigo. If you've ever had vertigo, like where you get, so it's also slightly dizzy. It's quite off-putting.
So was 3 or 4 days later? Was there any other changes, or was there?
No. Well, so then
added?
The thing that did come along quite quickly is I started to become really emotional. So for this last obviously 20 odd years.
I'm really laughing because I want you to cry.
20 years. Obviously anyone that's watched the last episode, Craig was on, Geezer's talking about stuff, Dave's like...
I'm fucking scratching my eyes out, and
I'm just sat there like, fucking dead.
You fucking
dead
cry.
behind the ears. Behind the eyes. And with just, and that's just the antidepressants doing their job. So you can't,
Do you want to talk about a couple of stories about when you cried?
Yeah. So I don't cry, right? No, that's a lie. I do cry if I get overwhelmed with my depression, because you still get depression on antidepressants.
Of course.
It's, and although my tolerance for emotion might be higher, when things are really bad for me, the different, and for everyone, people have different elements in their life, don't they? You normally got work, kids, missus, money. Yeah, they're normally the ones. Now, if you get one or two of those that are out of sync, you can deal with it.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10. When they all fuck up, I just go out in the garden and I just cry. Yeah, and no one really knows that, and I just sometimes I'm like, what's the fucking point? Cry, and obviously that can escalate into things that we've spoken about in the past. But 9 times out of 10, just cry, and I don't ever cry at happy things. Do you know what I mean? I never cry like some people. I don't know if you do, but some people get emotional, don't they? Like when, I don't know, like
I cry over happy things all the fucking time.
So anyway, it was at the circus.
Didn't you see like a bird flying? It looked so beautiful. You collapsed to your knees.
No,
and
don't be a dick.
Sobbed.
There was
like a newborn
at the
child.
circus, and obviously
you said there was a chick in a leotard, and you couldn't believe the beauty of her.
The classic Bill. They start off a little bit of juggling. Really good at juggling, and then they kind of add another one, then another one, then another one, then they'll put a fucking razor in their mouth, fucking set themselves on fire, and of course the music is all like getting. I was getting quite emotional. Like, fucking fair play, dude. You're like, I'm thinking.
You want Max with you?
Well, I'm thinking, no, it's Rhea and Max, yeah, and I'm thinking, fuck, like, and in my mind I started to think new thoughts. No.
What's this?
It's like my tear ducts like get the old and I just felt proud of her, the woman. Do you know what I mean? These like new kind of feelings. I felt proud, and I started to think about her mum and her dad.
So as these emotions, I know I'm taking the piss, but as the emotions come up, were you taken aback? Was it quite a?
I thought it was funny.
Was it quite an elated feeling in a way?
No, I just felt I was conscious of what was happening, and it was funny. And you got to remember, like this was a planned thing, and like with Dave, my therapist as well. He's saying it's going to be this is what's going to happen, yada yada yada. And yeah, just things like watching the film, and I was watching White House Down with Max camping the other day. Film I've seen 1 trillion times. Like, love it, good film. And of course, it's always like fucking good guy wins. You got it's a classic. You got the fucking deadbeat dad, maybe with the daughter, and then a mum and a president, and you got baddies, and the mum and dad aren't together anymore, but maybe they'll come together at the end when they realise that dad's fucking just saved the world. And again, emotional because they're like, it's all Mr. President wants to do his thing, all this kind. And it's just I just find myself more open to, more susceptible to things, and I love it. I'm not going to lie.
So is there something? It could be the two examples you've already given. Is there something that's happened or something that's gone on?
What do you mean?
No, I'm going to say, so you won't know with half a question. That's been the biggest, like, oh shit, sort of like wake up.
No, not really.
No? It's just been a steady.
It's difficult to explain, right? It's imagine if you got your kitchen up at Norton Barton, yeah. Imagine if you only ever drove to that in the fog. Yeah, you know what it looks like, you know the route, and then one day you drive and there's no fog. That's what it's like. So you're going the same way, you're doing the same stuff.
Hard for like me to try to understand that because I've never experienced it.
But that's a great analogy though. So if you'd be able to see like immediately around you, but I'm talking thick fog. You know, like where you can only see like, just you can't have your lights on really because it makes it worse. Yeah. That kind of thick fog. So you know what way you're going and you know what it looks like when you get there, but you can only really see here.
Yeah. So how did you feel before then? Let's say if there was a situation.
When you say before.
So when.
The dog's going to be like, you're going to hear the dog breathing in the mic. Sniffy boy.
Sniffy boy. What was I saying?
So what did you feel like before then?
So when you're on the tablets,
yeah.
What emotion would come up when? So obviously you cried at the circus because of the tight leotard.
I don't give a fuck.
No, but okay, you wouldn't give up, but that doesn't explain. Was it just a nothing feeling?
Nothing. Yeah.
So it would just be like, oh, she's wearing a tight leotard. This time was like, oh, she's wearing a tight leotard. God, that is so tight. I'm going to cry.
Yeah. It's really difficult to. It's just you don't really feel anything. So it's really horrible and hard sometimes, not just for you but the people around you, because the amount of times someone says, oh, such and such has just died or something like that, and I obviously as a person I know that that's a terrible thing, but I'm like, but I don't feel for it. I don't feel upset by that person telling me that someone's died or they're ill or they're terminally ill. It's not that I don't care. I've got to be clear about that. Yeah. I do care, but I don't feel upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel upset. I don't feel. So that's and I think that's the whole point of me coming off, because I need to be able to feel upset, angry.
Just want to feel.
Yeah, basically, I just want to feel. Yeah, and that's.
So how have the couple of things? How does it feel since then? Are you still getting like weird things? You said about you still getting stuff with your eyes, and and the family? How is it?
So it's every day's getting better. It tends to be better in the evening. Sorry, in the morning. Sorry. First thing I get, which is a bit annoying, because I wake up and I'm like, we use a hiccup analogy. You wake up and like, oh, I've got no hiccups.
So do you wake up? Is it no different at all? Do you wake up feeling brighter or sharper? Like initially when you wake up, or is there no difference?
It's no different at all.
Right.
Yeah. No.
I didn't know if there was any noticeable like.
I mean, so that's a difficult one because obviously, I've been a heavy drinker for a long time. I know that if I.
We still are, aren't you?
No, not at the moment. I know that if I
not last night
drink the night before, I'll wake up with fog. you know.
Yeah, but
Um,
so you're coming off drink, and do we need to? Is that going to be a follow-up?
I don't know. Do you know what?
Going dry.
I'm just trying to. I'm very mindful that I do drink a lot. I do enjoy drinking. It does help to numb the pain. I'm very aware that I use drinking as a coping mechanism.
Do you think this coming off the tablets will help you to understand and maybe drink less? Don't get me wrong. I know you're not fucking drinking 24/7.
No,
you do cane it in the
evening. I do. Yeah, and I think the difference is, like, if you're drinking like a bit like you do, you know, like if you go to the pub or something like that, you'll have a drink. You very, very rarely have a drink at home. Whereas for me, drink became just like waking up in the morning and going for a piss.
Yeah.
It became part of my life.
In the evening, just to make that clear. You woke up in the morning to have a piss, but
but I mean that
a
kind of thing. So drink has become that for me, you know, and actually what I realise now is that actually drink enabled me, as I thought perhaps it did, I don't know, to feel. Yeah, so
that makes sense.
It does, you know, so actually, because when I had a drink, I would be able, you know, I'd feel happier.
Would it blot out those shithouse feelings?
Yeah, and you got a bit happy, a bit of confidence, you know, that kind of stuff. And you're doing something that other people are doing, unless of course you're drinking on your own, but you're doing stuff that other people are doing. But as with most drugs, you know, alcohol's a drug, you know, you need more and more of it to get the same effect.
But you didn't drink last night, did you?
I didn't. Well, no.
No, but you went to the pub and didn't drink.
Yeah, because... and I know it's only, the fucking 6th of September, but, you know, I just said, me and the wife agreed, let's not drink in September, you know? So...
How long is that going to last,
I don't know, but do you know what? I look at it like this.
Well, September, shouldn't it last?
I want to... Look, mate, I'm not going to fucking... you know, we talk about, what's that book called that you bang on about all the time?
Oh, Thingy Habits.
Yeah. What's it called?
Not Micro Habits. It's by James Clear. Great book.
Yeah.
Atomic Habits.
Atomic Habits, right? I'm not going to set myself up for failure, right? At the end of the day. I want to do no September drinking. It's a really catchy name, right?
Stoptember,
right? Because I want to prove to myself that I don't need drink.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going. I know that drinking's bad. I know that smoking's bad. I know that eating what I eat is bad. I'm not trying to be a fucking health god. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's clear to see.
But I want to be in control.
Yeah. You want to prove to yourself
that I don't need it.
That you're able to control something.
Because I will drink again, without a doubt.
Well, no, of course. It'll be interesting to see how... So how long have you not been on your meds now? 2 weeks? 10 days? Yeah. It'd be interesting to see how... Does it feel any different? Because obviously you've had spells since we've been mates that you've not drunk for like 24 hours. No, but for maybe you'll do like, I'm not going to drink for 60 days and then fucking... 8-10 days later, you'll be like, I had a drink last night. But have you felt any different?
Not drinking?
Not drinking because you're off your meds? Yeah,
no, I have. Because I think one of the great things about coming off the meds, obviously, apart from the side effects, are a bit of a fucking... Sorry, just going sideways slightly. The great thing about the emotional type side effect that we just spoke about is that it lets me know that it's working coming off them. So it's a nice little sign. Do you know what I mean? It's a nice little sign that I've got fucking like some geezer in my eyeballs like that needs to put some WD-40 on my eyeballs. That's what it feels like.
Should we do that?
Well, maybe
spray some WD-40.
But on the flip side, I'm beginning to feel, so I know that's nice. Now I'm trying to stack these things up. So, I'm back on the exercise, got a bike, indoor bike.
That's your newest sort of in thing for the week.
Yeah, because I just, so I got that. It's again, I love habits. I love fucking habits, and I do
Atomic
all my
Habits,
best
James
things.
Clear, great book.
I do all my best things as long as I can get into a habit of doing them. I can do them. Eating, drinking, smoking.
Difference between me and you with habits, and neither of us are right or wrong, is I'll make small changes and I'll be happy with it.
Yeah.
Whereas you have to make these gargantuan fucking changes. You're not as bad as when I first met you. You'd be like, right, I'm fucking doing this for fucking 6 months. And then a week later, you wouldn't. I'm like, you don't set yourself up. Not to fail, don't set yourself up. Such a huge task.
Yeah, but.
Because I used to say to you, I've got to go running. Just run out the front door 100 yards and run back.
Yeah.
Don't try to do these monumental things. Whereas I just try to make these tiny changes just to make myself feel better, rather than, and that doesn't, because big changes possibly could work for you. That could be your driving thing.
I think they do. But it is all about not setting yourself up to fail, isn't it? But
there's no such thing as fail.
No, but you know what I mean.
So I don't like it.
No, I know you don't like that word, but that's
Dewey Bogdan.
That's what it is, really.
No, it's not.
So, yeah.
And what about the family?
I think that I would say the most negative side, the downside of coming off and having my emotions back, is you can't pick and choose your emotions. So one of the things that I've found is that I remember before going on them, I used to get very irritable, and
excuse me,
I've always had it's difficult to explain, a threshold that appears to be different to other people's before I flip, right? So I do get angry more easily now. And I'm, for an example, one of the things, and I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, I think, or maybe last week, one of my triggers is cleaning. And I actually stopped doing cleaning because it made me so unhappy. And that's little things like, fucking, I know one of the kids hasn't loaded the dishwasher when it's their turn or something like that. That will just tick me over the edge straight away, because I'm just like, there's a lot of emotions come into it. And so, I'll tell them off or get what may appear to other people to be as an unnecessary reaction.
But
I guess.
I was like that when the kids were younger, and I wasn't even on meds or off meds.
Yeah, but
I just used to wind me up. It's like, do you know what? I've been grafting my balls off all day.
Yeah.
Just get the damn thing stacked. You've got to do it.
But there's an argument to say, there are bigger things to worry about in life.
No, it's all relevant.
It is all relevant, and so that's something that I'm probably not necessarily enjoying. But do you know what? My kids and Rhea have been great. I've been quite open and honest with them and saying, like, I'm coming off and I might be more irritable than normal. I don't mean it, and I always make sure now that I go, and if I have snapped at one of the kids, I will go and speak to them afterwards. Yeah. It might only be 10, 15 minutes and say, oh, sorry about that. It's a bit unnecessary to... I shouldn't have shouted at you. I shouldn't have sent you to your room. But
do you always send Rhea to a room?
No. But
you haven't cooked a dinner.
You still shouldn't have done that. I don't. Yeah. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not fucking. I'm just quite irritable. I have a very low threshold for shit at the moment. And
when you drink, do you feel any different?
No.
It's still the drunk feeling. I'm curious to see if there was any sort of extra emotions.
No, not
Be interesting as well to see what it's like in 6 months.
Yeah,
we'll have to do a follow up.
Yeah, no, it will. I'm genuinely excited. I was excited when I decided to come off, and I'm excited now. It's been pretty hell, to be fair. I'm not going to try and downplay it for anyone that's interested. It's not an easy thing to do. It's been pretty fucking shit. It's great having these kind of extra emotions and things like that, but
what's the worst part then?
Well, the side effects, and also the constant battle not to go back on them.
I was going to say, have you thought about like,
100%.
That's mad, isn't it? It's literally like
Yeah.
you're coming off an addiction.
It's like they're talking to me, you know. Because I've got some left.
Hardcore.
Which someone said to me the other day, "Why don't you chuck them away?" Well, yeah, probably.
Well, why don't you?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'll go home in a minute and do it. Yeah, but I need to take them to the pharmacist to get rid of them properly. You can't just chuck medicines in the bin.
Just take them all, then.
And he's like, the amount of times I thought to myself, I can't just have one, just because.
Do you think about that now? Not necessarily now.
No,
but
not in the last. certainly not in the last few days.
Just just sort of the first week or something.
Yeah.
Just have a. What? Because you think, oh, just take one, so I'll just take the edge off.
Because I know it will. The thing is, I know because again, I was telling you about
that's
how
so weird.
How
is it? Sorry, is it the? So the edge off the weird feeling in the head and the eyes.
Within half an hour to an hour, those side effects would just be gone. Because I remember before.
That's frightening, isn't it?
Because, again, I was telling you about when I forgot to take them, and that's how you remember to take them. Because you go, oh fuck, I haven't taken my tablet because I feel like a cunt. Sorry,
you're not saying
totally
that word,
unnecessary. And then you take it, and then it's nice. You can feel quite a physical feeling. Just kind of the fog kind of comes.
Is it a warm feeling?
Over. No, it's more of a drain. It's more of a draining.
What, like a not euphoric? That's not the right word. Like a.
Well, this is new thing actually. The last couple of days, I'm going to look up after we've finished. I don't know, like fucking banging indigestion all the time or heartburn.
Yeah, you asked me for.
It's back. It's gone. But...
No, to be fair, you've asked me for something like that before, but it's usually when you've been on a heavy one.
I've had it bad the last few days. You? Yeah. I just.
It's not the food you've been eating.
No. Yeah, it's an odd one. It's fucking annoying.
So it did like a relaxing feeling to make you feel relaxed.
Yeah, well, it does, doesn't it? If you think about it, because
I don't know, I'm not.
Well, if you think about you're emotionless. So right now, I'm like, I'm firing on all cylinders.
You're like Pricey 2.0.
Yeah, I am.
The volume of work you've done on the podcast is obscene.
Lots of great ideas.
Amazing guests coming up. Holy shitballs.
So I've got just lots of ideas, lots of energy, lots of focus. Like, I feel a hell of a lot happier.
You feel what, sorry?
Hell of a lot happier.
Hell
of a lot happier.
I didn't realise you had a speech impediment.
Yeah, hell of a lot happier. And imagine if you then took all that away. You didn't have those emotions. You didn't feel sad. You didn't feel happy. You didn't feel scared. You didn't feel
Imagine
guilty.
if I didn't cry.
Well, yeah.
If I didn't get emotional.
It'd be interesting to lock you in a room actually and feed you with antidepressants and just put you on like a camera and just see what you turned out to be like. Do you know who I think you'd look like? If anyone's seen it, it'd be quite funny. You'll know what I mean. Salad Fingers. Have you seen Salad Fingers before? You actually look a bit like Salad Fingers, to be fair.
What is Salad Fingers?
Great. You watch it when I've gone.
No, I'm good, thanks.
It's really good. It's literally you like Rusty Spoons.
Shit.
It's really good. Deep. Shout out to Salad Fingers. No, deep.
Is it real?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
What is it? A person?
Yeah, it's a character, yeah.
Well, a real person?
No, it's an animation. But you do look very much like him. And to all the people,
I know exactly what you're going to say. I was waiting for a pause.
Gareth Gates.
Three or four people on TikTok said, "Oh, I thought that was Gareth Gates."
Oh, fucking Gareth Gates let himself go. Look, I'll take it on the fucking chin, mate. He's a good-looking lad.
No, not Gareth Gates. No, Gareth Gates back when he was an addict.
Oh,
he never was an addict, so I was in that joke. No, Gareth Gates in his
teens,
slightly. When he's famous and he had that slump. I think
always looked like.
I think you're on the slump.
Fuck, I'm going to get him on the fucking pod.
Maybe you can get you sat next to each other.
Yeah.
This is what you could have looked like.
Yeah. What is that? What I say to him?
If he lets himself go.
Yeah.
And if you work out,
mate, I'm gonna
Gareth Gates 2.3.
get him on the
2.3?
Get him on
3.0.
Get him on. I get on Gareth Gates.
So that's an interesting one, that mate. So I think we come back on this.
Yeah,
in
it's just
a
a
few
bit
months.
of progress. 6 months later, Steve's not with us anymore. It'd be a fucking nightmare. Don't come off the drugs, kids. No, you should. You should.
Oh, I nearly said the C word.
At the end of the day, my advice would be, don't just come off them. Speak to your doctor. Make sure you involve all of the fucking loved ones around you, because it's not something that it's, they're going to be involved, right? And stick with it. And it's lovely to feel the good feelings, but what I've had to realise is that nothing's changed now. Like, basically, for the last 20 years, we used it earlier.
Hell.
Yeah, is I checked my baggage into left luggage, and when I came off, I went and picked it up. Like, so it's been gone. I've known it's there. I've got to go and pick it up one day. Nothing's happened with it, but now I've got.
Good.
And when I've picked it up,
your analogies usually shit.
No, they're not. Never. But now I've picked them up. I've realised that actually
You like?
Well,
having a little sniffies.
nothing's changed. I've not dealt with anything.
No, I know.
It's been suppressed. Do you know what I mean? So it's now, but that's what I needed. Do you know what I mean? That's what I needed. That's why I made that decision. And it's, it's not as black and white as that. I've dealt with a fucking load of shit and have been working through things. But the core of what I need to deal with, which is my abuse, right? The actual, I've been skirting around it all and almost dealing with the side effects of my abuse over the last 20 years.
Not like the nucleus,
the consequences
not the centre of it.
Yeah, but now we're back in the middle again, and we're like, okay, so we've still got this fucking hot potato that we still need to deal with. So, but I feel a lot more. You got to remember as well, 20 years ago, I was like 18, 19.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I'm a lot more equipped.
This was what's going to be one of my questions. How do you feel? In what ways do you feel different to then to now?
I just feel more equipped.
Yeah.
I feel a lot stronger as a person.
It's a lot to deal with at 18, 19, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Shit in hell.
Yeah. I mean, it's fair play to Riri as well. Like, we obviously got together when we were 15, and within. Obviously, I said this before. Like, I obviously told Ria. She was the first person I ever told about him, and it was just like within our first year to 2 years, she was having to stand up in court, and you're like, fucking hell! Like, at 18 years old, you got a 1 year in relationship, and she's having to fucking stand up in court in a big way. Full courtroom, all that kind of shit. It's a bit deep for a first fucking relationship, isn't it?
You went in deep. That's a typical pricey, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's like, I'm not doing it half-heartedly.
No.
I'm not having 1 inch in. I'm having the full
fucking 3
full
inches.
length. The full 2.
So yeah,
but you are like that anyway. I'm not saying you're, but you know what I mean. You're very much no, but you're very much just doing it.
Yeah,
you won't skirt around the edges.
But I'm not being funny. I mean, she was the one that told her mum, and then her mum phoned the police. So she should have kept it to her fucking self, and then we wouldn't have had it. But no, joking aside, obviously, I'm very happy that the support that she's shown me and everything, and is phenomenal.
Just a side question.
Go on
that. How did you? Because obviously, we're probably time's up or nearly up or whatever.
Don't know how long. Shall I have a look?
You have a little sniffy.
I'm not even recording. Nearly 50 minutes. Pretty good.
When Ria told her mum,
yeah.
Did her mum tell the police and then you found out? I just wondered what was your were you angry?
No, not at all.
Oh, I didn't know whether you
No.
you shouldn't have said anything because
no,
Okay.
I can't remember exactly. I would never remember being angry. It was a lot. It was a lot.
How many years after did you get on the
interviews and stuff.
antidepressants after the court then?
Right, so let's work it out. So if I've been on for 20 years, I'm 39 now, so that would have been 19. Court was like 16,
Oh, so about
17. So yeah,
2-3 years later.
yeah.
Oh, another side thing. We've had your birthday since we
Absolutely, 39 I am now. That was. Do you know what? That was gorgeous.
Was I the-
Absolutely
Oh, yeah, I was-
beautiful. You're a fucking retard.
pricey.
Yeah. We both said, didn't we? No, so I got obviously very good mate Gareth, who owns the pie shop in Bude.
No, he hasn't. No.
Cornish Pie Company.
He hasn't paid any money.
Doesn't need to.
He does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, I'm gonna my half of this. I'll just call it
I want free pies.
the Cornish. Yeah, organised. What you, my mate Chris Ginge, Dr. Carey.
Oh, Chris Flaps.
Chris, for a
To Chris Carey.
just the four of us to have some ribs and beers.
Mm.
Never done it before, ever. Well, you said the same.
Mm.
Never had like
Not like that. No.
like a night out, with ribs and beers, ribs and beers and ribs and beers and ribs and beers.
And then you had a couple of shots there, and then we went down to Habasca, which is a funny old place.
It's not called Habasca, dude.
I always call it Habasca. What's
It's
it
not
called?
called Habasca.
Carenza.
Carenza.
And then you had a couple of horrendous.
Oh yeah, fucking.
Oh,
horrendous.
dude, that last shot was really
Was it called a
horrendous.
brain hemorrhage? Wasn't it?
It wasn't, but it was that similar sort of thing.
No, that's what it was
And
called. The
The
shot.
girl that was there that you were saying she's got a lovely she's got a lavia or something.
Fucking labia.
No, not a lavia. What's it called? A
Filtrum.
filtrum. That's right.
Yeah.
Said it's similar to a brain hemorrhage, but it was not a brain
Oh,
hemorrhage.
okay.
Yeah, because it's curdling, but it was just different.
It was right. I didn't
but
drink
to
it
be fair,
anyway.
no, you got halfway through and spat it into the glass.
Yeah, because it was
It was
just.
delicious to watch.
The problem was that the shot glasses were almost like.
They were fucking monstrous.
Yeah, and I don't
That
like
was
tequila.
at three
I like
shot.
tequila.
Well, you were downing
It's
them quite
fucking
nicely.
rank. Yeah, rank. But I was all right. I was quite headachy in the morning. I did have to go home and have a tactical chunder.
Ah, you didn't tell me that, Mr.
I did.
Price.
Oh, Mr. Pye.
Mr. Price.
Yeah, so I went home, had a tactical chunder. No, I didn't. Hang on. Hold up. Went home. You're going to laugh at this. I ate some fig rolls. And then I had a tactical chunder.
What? Of all what have you got? No food in the house.
Fig rolls are quite there's a few like so Ria's amazing. She has like I suppose she's a bit like Farley really. She has certain things in her life that she just can't let go of from like, do you know, fig rolls is one of them.
Fig rolls.
Well, she's had them.
They're close to baked beans. They're so rank.
She's had them like since she was,
Well, the same pack.
Oh, you dick. Her mum used to buy them for her, like when she was growing up. She loves fig rolls. Like
how many fig rolls did you get through, Pricey?
I can't remember.
No, come on, you can remember.
3 or 4.
Oh, bollocks. Fucking double that. I know it was more than 3 or 4. It was.
It was, but there was still some left in the morning.
Yeah, but there's packs and packs and packs.
Oh no,
of
that's not
things.
fucking packs and packs. There's only one pack that was already open.
So what? You went back, was like, oh, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
As everyone does, let's eat some fig rolls. Who the fuck ever thinks that?
Because I just
Well,
opened
then
the
you were
cup,
like,
opened the
oh, I
snack
need-
cupboard.
You know why you need a tactile chunder? Because you ate fig rolls because they're dog shit.
Right. No, and
Was
then
it
I
a
went
good
back
one?
to
Was
the toilet.
it a proper?
Yeah, no, because I was spinning out, and I thought I'm not gonna be able to sleep.
Oh,
I'm not gonna be able to sleep, and I don't really
love
want
the
to go.
fact that you said you're okay, but then on
Don't
the
wanna
pod
go
it's
and-
going to go out to the whole fucking
Don't want to
universe.
go
You're
and
telling me.
sit next to Ria because I'm going to annoy her.
Oh, she was up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I didn't go about that late, did I?
11 after 11?
Yeah. So I went in, all over, and then I just went to bed. You all right? You okay? Oh, what's going on, dude? You need to breathe.
What were you doing?
Oh, it's just
Was that a sexual thing?
What?
What were you doing?
Yeah, just like that. And then I just went to bed.
You calling through me?
Yeah, I went to bed, woke up in the morning, felt all right. When you wake up in the morning, you do feel it, but I need some Robinson squash in the morning.
Oh, I haven't drunk squash for years. I fucking ate squash.
A little bit. That's it. That was it, really.
And then Rhea took you out for a lovely...
That was quite wicked,
hike.
actually. No, so it was like a treasure trail, wasn't it? And it was like 20 odd clues, and you had to like go to each place, find a clue. But it was around Dartmoor. Pretty cool. It was pretty cool. We had some dinner. Did we have dinner?
You go to Dartmoor Prison, didn't you?
Well, prison museum. Where did we eat? I can't remember. Anyway, some little villages around Dartmoor, beautiful. Never been before.
Stunning. Yeah,
Absolutely stunning,
I've
mate.
loads of times around that area, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
That's your 39th birthday.
Yeah.
So, sorry. So 40. So 40. So you're 40 now.
Pretty much 40 now. Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much. No. You're 40.
Yeah. I am 40. Yeah.
40. Cool.
If anyone said to me how old you are, I'd say I'm 40.
Yeah. Of course you fucking would.
I would.
Yeah, of course you would.
Do you know what? Funny you should say that, because
No, probably not.
Rhea said to me she wants to do something next year, because obviously it's our 40th.
Yeah.
We were going to have a party with our friends, but then we said actually probably better just to do something for me and her.
One at a party as well?
Well, possibly. You know that'll happen, but it's what it is. At the end of the day, it gets dark.
So you are going to have a party or you aren't?
Don't know. The plan is not to have a party.
So you've actually said we're not going to have a party, even though it's both our 40th.
Yeah. We're probably going to go somewhere. Just me and...
So you wouldn't celebrate at all? Come back, wouldn't celebrate?
Probably not, no. No.
If you don't have a party, I'll fucking stick in £1,000 as the podcast.
Oh, fuck. We got that on film. Yeah.
So you know you're talking bollocks, so and if you do, then you've got to stick £1,000.
No, that's not how it works, is it? Oh, my little Grace. It's moving out.
Oh, she is.
On this Sunday.
She's an animal. She's tearing the arse out of it, isn't she?
We had a little leaving party for her the other day, which she couldn't be bothered to turn up to.
No, couldn't be arsed at home.
So yeah, it was just a bit. It's a bit sad, you know. It is a little bit sad, but it'll be all right. So we're taking her down on Sunday. Going to move her in, take her out for a bit of dinner, and then
she's doing Monday to Friday.
Well, she's coming back. They've managed to. Yes, they're coming back Thursday night.
Doing that, cool.
So that's cool. And I've managed to find out that there is a bus that leaves Truro on Thursday. Truro College Thursday at 4:15.
And it gets back here, 9:30?
No, so you can get it all the way back here, but it's actually a direct bus from there to Launceston.
Oh, so it's not direct. Might be two. Right, okay.
What?
It's not direct.
What do you mean?
To here, to Bude.
Well, no, so she's
out of the
got
way. It's the wrong place.
She's got
she's walking back.
She's got an option to go
Look
from
at
Truro.
getting all emotional.
From Truro to Launceston, and then
is that a tear in your eye?
No, it's not. Launceston to Bude.
Get all dirty.
And then from Truro to Launceston,
pushing some buttons.
Launceston to Bude, but I can't make her hang around in Launceston, so we'll probably go and get her from Launceston. But then we will have to take her back on Monday because there isn't really anything going on. Sorry, Sunday.
Oh shit! You got to take her back down to Truro.
Probably. We're just trying to find something at the moment. There is.
There must be a bus on a Monday morning. Gotta be.
No, there's not on a Monday. There's not on a Monday morning. No,
it's not a college bus.
No, 100%. So we were looking at Sunday because it'd be nice for her to go down on a Sunday like evening or afternoon, and then be ready and fresh for Monday morning.
Really?
Well, it would be, yeah.
Whenever the bus is running, she's got to fucking get it.
But there isn't one on Monday morning that gets her into college on time. And on Sunday, there isn't a bus apart from you can go from Newquay or Bodmin. Now, both of them are a good hour away. By the time you've fucking driven an hour, you might as well drive the extra, half an hour down to
I suppose at least that's an option. At least you know you've got that there if you need to. I tell you what, though, we'll have to do... This is completely sidebar, isn't it? Oh, they wouldn't be open on a Sunday.
What's that?
I was thinking we'll all have to go down there, drop Grace off and go to that chicken shop.
What chicken shop?
In Truro. That one we said about going to.
Why are they not open on Sunday?
I don't know. Shall I have a look?
What chicken shop is it?
That one that was on the reviews
What reviews?
on chicken.
I don't know what you're
TikTok.
talking about. TikTok? What's TikTok?
Oh, TikTok.
Come on, dude.
Oh, Wing Shed. There it is. Wing Shed. Wing Shed. I sent over to you, and we said
Yeah.
we're gonna have to go to it.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll do it one.
Yeah, that matey there. Matey there on the remember that Food Reviews UK or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember I said about it, that's fucking crispy chicken with a dip and all that shit.
Is he the local dude?
No.
Oh. I met a food reviewer last night.
Did you?
In Carenza. Yeah. Gareth knew him.
Oh, interesting.
Anyway. So, yeah, that's that. I'll keep you in the loop.
That was an interesting chat, mate, and thank you very much for being honest.
Always.
But
you had a good week?
yeah.
Yeah.
You've
been
like taking an absolute slamming
right up the fucking Pyrenees.
Yeah. So I had so I had Farley's birthday off the Saturday, Sunday, Monday. The Monday was the 19th.
Yeah.
And my next day off is tomorrow, which is the 6th.
Fucking hell.
And I've got the 15th off, 15th of September, and then my next day off after that is the 6th of October.
Shit.
Yeah. But it's fine. It's too much. It is too much work, but it's just the way it is this time of year.
Yeah.
And I know I said earlier on, and you're not very good at taking any thank yous, but you've tempted to fucking get that ball and throw it over you, fucking cock. He's done a lot of work on the podcast. No, I haven't, because I'm fucking talking. You aren't enough, yeah.
I'm going to cross it out. You are enough. You're fucking too much.
Yeah, you are too much.
Yeah.
No, you've done a lot of work, mate. It's a nice job.
Oh, thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure. Ow. Right.
You don't punch. It's just a fucking...
Oh.
Yeah. No. Right, anyway. Bye, driver.
I never did.